What is this? Yeah. So we can change the behavior of DOM by different ways. So there are, I think, how many types was there? 3 or 4?
3, 4.
3
Yes,
types.
sir.
What was those?
Component, structure, and
Attribute.
attribute.
Yeah. So what is component directive? Any idea? So component directive means whatever we know regarding the component that will comes under the component directive. So what is component? Already we had studied component, module. So what is component? Any idea?
Building blocks of Angular application.
Yeah.
In that component, we can write the code what we see in the UI.
Yeah. So we can write complete HTML, CSS, TypeScript means logic. Correct. And it is collection of HTML, or you can tell that it going to encapsulate HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. What is encapsulation? Any idea? Encapsulation, Java or C++? Shivani, Dharmender, Amardeep, what is encapsulation? Yeah. Any idea?
सर ये जावा आपका कम्प्लीटली वो नहीं है ना, क्या कहते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड। तो उसको कम्प्लीटली 100% ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड बनाने के लिए जो आपका कीवर्ड्स होते हैं ना, उसको इनकैप्सुलेट करते हैं स्ट्रिंग में करके। जैसे आपका बाइट हो गया, डबल हो गया, तो ये सब जो कीवर्ड्स है, मतलब ये पूरा ऑब्जेक्ट उप्स कॉन्सेप्ट को नहीं आते हैं। तो उप्स जावा को 100% बनाने में ये इनकैप्सुलेशन काम आता है।
What is
Sir,
encapsulation? That is my question.
sir, encapsulation is a object-oriented programming.
Oh, going through Google.
No, sir. There are many types of. That time I didn't know, but I know encapsulation is a object-oriented.
What is written this? Single class means bundling of fields and method inside a single class. Means wrapping of data inside a single field or single class or single collection. Got it? You know the capsule, real-time capsule medicine, which we are taking. What is inside that? It's taking different types of whatever chemical or whatever you can tell. Means those all things, and where it collecting, it going to collect inside one plastic bundle. And finally, what we are telling that as a capsule. Correct? So that itself we can tell in the field in the case of the encapsulation. Encapsulation means wrapping. Wrapping means collecting. So wrapping of all the data, method, function, whatever is there inside a single unit. So those known as the encapsulation. Clear?
Hello.
Encapsulation means just you can tell only one word, wrapping. That's it. Wrapping inside a single data or single class. Okay. So we was going through the different directives. So first we will look over, already we understand that a component directive. So we're not going to cover the separate means separately regarding the component directive. If anybody asking component directive, just you can go through that component, whatever we studied already. As you getting the question, what is component or even what is component directive, both will be same. Okay, we have to just explain what is component. HTML was there, CSS is there, TypeScript is there, how we are referring one component, these all things, and what are the logic or what are the code we are writing inside the component. So inside the component we are getting different files. So what are those files? What are the files we getting in component?
HTML, CSS, spec.cs, and
Yeah. So we are getting HTML file, then we are getting a spec file. So let's ignore that spec file. HTML
CSS and TS.
and a TypeScript file and the CSS file. Correct? Means 3 file. So what these all going to do? These all going to take the code or whatever we are going to write to display on the UI, to perform some action, to design. These three things we are doing. So perform some action means to appear something on the DOM, we have to write those on the HTML. Correct? Whatever we are writing on HTML, it will be available on our HTML. Second, if you have to perform something like some action, button click, input field, something, then what where we will do? We have to do that those all activity on the TypeScript page, TS page, where we going to write our logic. And mostly we will use the word logic. Okay, logic we have to write on the TS page. So we will use the word logic. Next, for the styling purpose, we will go with the CSS. So this type, the these all when we going to encapsulate or when these all gone to combined together, that then it become the component, one single component. Fine. Anyone having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So today we're going to look over the structural directive. So what means a structure? What means a structure? Any idea?
Adding and removing, sir.
Yeah, means adding, removing or anything. A structural means changing the structure. Correct? Means whatever, suppose just imagine regarding our body structure itself. Anybody telling you that we will damage your body part means it will change your the structure. Correct. So that will comes under the structural means now we waiting on the UI something we want to change that with the manipulation of DOM, with the manipulation of the data or something we can. So that become the changing the structure. So we going to change that structure. We everybody know that for loop. Anyone who not have idea regarding the for loop in JavaScript? Tell me. Anyone?
क्या सर फिर से बोलिएगा?
Anyone who don't know regarding the for loop?
We do all know, sir.
Everybody know that for loop. So be inside the structural directive, we will cover the looping. Means already we know how we can write the loop inside the JavaScript page for looping purpose, for looping the code. Can anyone explain that? Means the statement, syntax, how we are writing? Suppose here we going to write one method get data, and inside that I have to write the looping condition. Tell me how.
Still not visible.
No, it's visible. What about others? Any issue?
Visual, sir.
Visible.
Okay. So I want to loop something. Means I written one method get data. I want to loop some data. How we are writing for loop? Just I want simple syntax, not with a proper data. This that no. Just I want simple syntax. Tell me. So first we will write for. After that.
Parenthesis.
Parenthesis. Okay. Next.
Curly braces.
Curly braces. All.
First is means declare the value.
There is
Okay. So we let I equal to 0. Next line.
Next is compare the value.
Okay. I less than equal to 10. Fine. Next, I plus plus.
plus.
So this way, what we are writing here, we are going to iterate the data, correct or not? We are going to iterate the data up to how many time? 10 times. And what we are doing, once the condition is satisfied, we are going to increase the value of the I, and then we are printing in the console or whatever we have to perform. Same thing we can do in Angular also, not on the JavaScript, on the UI side. UI in the sense HTML. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So we will write one syntax. Go through the document, then we will get a better idea. So we will cover three things: ngFor, ngSwitch, ngIf. Okay, And whatever we know already in the JavaScript, how many type of looping we know about the on the JavaScript? Can anyone tell? One is for loop.
While
Next,
loop,
while loop. WHILE while. Next,
If else.
do
conditional,
while. Next, if else.
uh,
Anything?
Conditional.
What means conditional? Switch.
Conditional statement.
Which is conditional statement?
Very
Means
important.
for loop, do and while loop. Then if else. Then if condition. Next, anything?
Else if.
I not thinking that.
Else if.
Fine. If else if which one?
Else if, sir.
Else if.
If
Okay.
else.
Okay, let it to be, because that will comes under this if condition, and if else everything will be there itself. So
Sir,
means this much be no. Yeah.
sir, for each else.
Okay, you can include in this itself. Otherwise, it will come for in, for of, those all. Okay, let it to be right here. For each. Fine. Next, for in. Next, for of. Correct. So this will be means there are different type of for condition. Then while condition, do while, if else, switch, whatever if condition. But what these all are doing? Someone will going to check the condition. Someone will loop your data. Correct or not? Means mostly we are going to do those all two condition. Means do two type of work. Somebody will check the condition and somebody will loop the data. Correct? Or any other thing. Same thing we will do with the help of the means Angular directives also, means Angular structural directive, which will perform the same task. Whatever we are doing here, for loop, while loop, these all tasks we can perform with the help of the Angular directive also. But what is the benefit? Just decide, means you have to decide what is the benefit. Okay, let's start that. Then we will get that idea. So how we are writing ngFor? First thing means, yeah, one thing, when we going with the JavaScript, we are what we are writing here, we are writing just for, for. But in the case of Angular, we have to write with ngFor, not with the for. So what we will write and where we will write? So can we write directly outside? No. So let's write one time ngFor. So what we got? We automatically got here star. We have to write a star symbol, and then we have to write that one, means a star ngFor. Yeah, a star ngFor, and after that we going to write something. What is this one? Let it to be, we will see. But if suppose we are writing, okay, now tell me how we are writing of condition, for of. Tell me some syntax. How we are writing of?
For let x of
For let x
variable name of
of
array name, sir. Object. Array name or object name?
array
Array name.
data. Fine, whatever we are writing, it's, we don't know whether it's correct or not. This, that, let it to be. Array data, I know why it's giving error, because we not declare, that's why. Let it declare, it will also happy. Okay, so what we written here for, and then let x of array data. What is this one? And what is x? Don't tell Dharmender, other will tell. What is x and what is array data? Please fast. Don't spend time on these all things.
Array data is a value when you
Array data is value. What is X?
X for declare showing results with a passing in
Yeah.
console.x inside the
Fine.
console.
Means array data, it will take the original data, correct? And X will take the data on each iteration. First loop, X will got value. Second loop, X will got value. Third loop, X will got value. Is this correct or not? On each iteration, X will get the value. So same thing we going to write in the ngFor. Let's see. And one thing, of condition. There was one more statement. If in, sorry, for in. What is that one? Sorry.
सर ये फॉर इन पाइथन का सिंटेक्स है
नहीं मालूम भाई,
ये
शायद
हम
होगा।
पाइथन में पढ़े थे फॉर लूप में फॉर
सब जगह
इन रेंज
सब जगह यूज करते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। On take here data, write just data. Now tell me, in the for in, what is that data and what is X? Please explain fast. What is this X and what is this data? Whether array or object? Because I know the data is the real data, correct? But what is that? Is that will be array form or is that will be in the object form? What are you thinking?
Object form, sir.
Object, okay, means what are you telling that this for loop going to iterate over the object data. Is this correct or false? Let me take water. Meanwhile, just tell me, is this correct or not? Why everybody is sleeping? We are not speaking French. We are speaking English.
सर इट्स करेक्ट
Yeah. And we also not studying any other language. We are studying JavaScript. Who all not taken dinner? And who is that lucky guy that preparing the dinner? Anyone who is preparing the dinner? Means no one preparing the dinner. And who not taking the dinner?
सर कोई बोलता ही नहीं है सर पता नहीं क्यों
Me, sir.
आगे सो गया है सर।
नहीं लगता है मुझे रौद्र रूप धारण करना पड़ेगा।
सर की
लगता है
वाला सिस्टम ठीक है
किक आउट करना पड़ेगा, वही होगा। ये सब ये कॉलेज वाली सब ये फेयरवेल बना के अपना अपना घर जाके सब सो गए। सबका नंबर निकाल के और बस सबके पापा को कॉल करना पड़ेगा, उधर डंडा मिलेगा, समझ में आ जाएगा। लगता है फेयरवेल का पार्टी अभी तक नशा उतरा नहीं है। शिवानी, भाई कहीं शिवानी अपना नाम भी तो नहीं भूल गई ना? कुछ बोल ही नहीं रही है। अरे मुझे ये डाउट था कि कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ ना कि अपना नाम भी आप भूल गए हैं।
नहीं सर याद
फिर तो वो बहुत बड़ा दिक्कत हो जाएगा। आधार कार्ड में आपका फोटो दिखाना पड़ेगा, तब आपको याद आएगा अच्छा ये मेरा है। ओके
देखिएगा सर बोलना था कि मेरा नहीं है फोटो देख
वो भी
के
दिक्कत है। नहीं, वो फोटो को व्हाट्सएप डीपी से मिलाया जाएगा। Okay, so see what we are doing here. We are writing ngFor. So what we had written here star ngFor, and after that we had written late item of items. Means we had not written. Once you will write that with the help of IntelliJ, you will automatically get this a proper sentence. But anyway, if we going to write by our side, then what we will do? we will write something, means this become your data, correct, and this become your something like X value. Just now we had written the same line in the case of the JavaScript, correct. Now tell me, what is difference in that both line? Is there any difference? Don't go outside, just be compare inside this line and this one inside. Is there any changes in both? No changes. I don't know why nobody is speaking. See, if you don't know JavaScript, tell me. I don't know. That will be better. I will go with JavaScript now. But if you know, then just tell me that whether this is correct or not. Okay. So now what we are doing, we are see, if I will not compare, it will, you will think that it become complicated. That's why I comparing. Otherwise, no need to compare, and because later when you will start writing the code, that time you will realize that this is just for namesake ngFor. This is complete JavaScript for looping. You will not find any differences. So as like this um, of for of it going to iterate over object or array. What is that? Whether it iterating over object or whether array. Which type of data it will hold?
Arrows.
It will hold array. And suppose you have to iterate over the object. What you will do?
Change off into an in.
Okay, in. Any more changes required? What will be this data? Whether array or object? Object. Yeah. So same thing we are performing here also. Like we are going to take here let x of data. Fine. So what is this data? Whether array or object? So this should be array. Correct? Because we are going with the for loop. In the JavaScript case and in the case of Angular, what we are writing, both the sentence are correct and both are the similar sentence. But what is difference? Difference is just one, that way of writing. Because when we are writing in the JavaScript or whether Java or whatever other languages, they using that for op or whatever. So they way of writing on the logic side and way of writing on the HTML, both are just difference in that section only. Remaining means because we are not using the curly braces, then just minor differences. But whatever we are writing inside this logic, both having same. Clear? Anyone having any issue? Because later point of means say on the later side we will get confused. That's why I want to clear here itself that whether we are using for means what we had studied in the JavaScript and what we studied what we are studying in the Angular, both are same. There is no any differences. Okay, so it's going to iterate the data. Next, then this become your sentence that how to iterate the data, means how to use ngFor in the case of the Angular. And why we are writing ngFor? Because it going to loop the data on your HTML page, not on the TypeScript page. Because sometime you will find that you have to, there will be some requirement to loop the data on the HTML. So with that you can't do using the JavaScript code because that become too much complicated. So in that point of time, we can go with the HTML, means this Angular side ngFor. Okay, that become very easy. Means just we'll write one sentence, it will loop the data. Now itself we will see what type of benefit we are getting from this. Okay, so now we written that star ngFor equal to let x of data something, and always we are following one convention. Okay, that this data and this x, because already we have too much crisis of taking the variable name. We always facing issue means regarding the naming convention of the variable. So what we are taking, we are making this data as a plural. Okay, so make that as a plural form because this will comes in the array, and array having multiple data means the collection of the data. So that's why we taking as the plural form and make this as a singular. DATA. Don't ask what is this plural and what is singular if you don't know grammar. So this become your data. Now this type we are always trying to follow up. Okay, so this become your data and this become your data, because here you will get a bunch of a collection of the data. And what is how many data we will get here at one point of time? One data or multiple data? What are you thinking?
Multiple data.
Here you will get multiple data at one point, means at one loop, first loop. Suppose there is just one loop. How many data we will get here? One data or two data or multiple data? So we will get only one data because one loop means one data. Second loop, second data. Third loop, third data. Is this correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because this is going with the for loop. But in this one data, how many data we will get there? One data or multiple data? Multiple data, because that's the collection of the data, because we are considering that as a array. Fine. So that's why we had put it like a plural form and singular form. This time we are managing the variable name. Let's go through the documentation sign. So we will write here HTML element, and one thing, we will never write this statement. Ever one. We will always follow this second line. Okay, we will not follow this line, because always we will write this HTML, this ngFor with the HTML tag. So now one question. Suppose we are writing like this. What is this one in the term of the HTML? What we are telling?
Inline, sir.
No, this is not a style. But what we are telling in the case of the attribute, because suppose whatever we are passing inside where this opening tag, not the closing, and not in the between of opening and closing, just with opening tag. So whatever we are passing, that become the attribute. Suppose you have to pass here a style, what you will do? Just write that class name, correct or not? Suppose we have one class background color, we will write like this. So this become your attribute. Any dot, anyone? Okay, so how we will write? We will write that inside the HTML element, and after that we will write the ngFor, and then we will pass something whatever we have to perform. Let's go through this. So in this is the example on which we apply ngFor directive. It repeats the element for each time of the collection. Let it be. What is this? I will explain. Next, star ngFor. The syntax starts with the star ngFor. The star tells that ngFor is an angular structural directive. Clear? With the help of a star, whatever we are marking there. So with the help of a star only, it will tell the angular that this is angular structural directive. We will get the clarity. Then next, let item of items. Already I had discussed over this one. So next, now I going to take some data and let's see what we can do that. So do one thing, write here something first. I going to write a hello, remove this class name, and now tell me what you're thinking. How many times we will get this hello on the UI? It given error itself. Fine. Now tell me, just use the mind. Already we know the interpolation and data binding. So what error is coming and what we can do? What is this one? Means this error is coming data, correct or not? Data. So what are you thinking? Where should be this data? And what it holding? Actually, what it will hold? What it was taking in the JavaScript ngFor, JavaScript for loop.
Array.
Array. So means what we got that this should be some array data, correct? Now, can you means write that array data here? Anything, even the number or anything.
Inside the TS file, sir.
Okay. Inside the TS, we will start writing that array data. So we will take that data and then we will, so we have to write like this, then make one array because the data is in the array form, correct? And after that, we have no any data, just pass some data. Just two data. Let it to be. What are you thinking? We will get any output or we will get error?
We not get error, sir.
We not get error. Okay, we not got error. Fine. Let's see. We got any output or not? We not get output. What is the problem?
Hello world also not get, sir. Hello also not get. Error is there, sir.
We got the error. What is the error? Data is
Data
not
is not error.
iterable. Where is the data? This one is the data. This is not iterable. Why it's telling that it's not iterable? Because already we taken the array data. Fine. Let it do one thing. I don't know what we are doing, but let it to be. Let's see. We will get anything. No, we not got. Okay, fine. So let's decide on the real time scenario. Means, but one thing is there clear that we have to declare this variable on our TypeScript. Got it? Whatever we are writing there, this have to be available on TypeScript, not on the HTML, because this will hold the data. Now we going to make one collection of the data. Okay. Already we had put it that example. Say here, we will go that example one by one. So here we taken already that movies data, copy that and paste here. Fine. We already taken movie data. Let's remove this one. Fine. Next, what is this? Here the collection of the data. One object, sorry, collection of object, two object, three object, means approx 4-5 object we had taken. Now, what are you thinking? What we can do? Can anyone guess whatever we can? Now you got the data. You already know how to loop. Fine. Now tell me how we can print that data. Suppose the same thing you have to do in the JavaScript. What we can do? Tell me. You have to print that value. How we can print?
All value, sir.
Any value, at just to go with the single value, not an issue. Just
So
we have to
first of
print
all,
the title.
target
Okay.
the index, sir.
Sir,
From the array.
index and inside another passing index showing
No, print in console itself. Don't go that much. Just to go in console. How we can do?
Movie. Inside
Okay.
movie we pass index number, and after that we pass dot.
Yeah. So tell
Yeah.
me sentence. Tell.
Movie.
Movies.
Movies. Yeah. Sir. After this, yeah, sir. Here passing index number 0 dot.
Okay.
Yeah, value, sir. Like a title, director, list. Yeah.
Like this way.
Yeah.
Fine. Let's go with console. Let's see. Let it to be compiled. So we got the one data, but I want all data in the console. I want all
From
data.
the array, sir.
Yeah, from the
So,
array.
so we target using for of loop, and after in x coming item, na sir, for we using for of here passing movie, yeah, movies, movie of movies,
1 second.
movies.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
after
movies.
that we passing for in loop inside the for of.
This will not work.
No, sir, because here movie come as a object, na sir. So every object, yeah, that will be also. Why it's not working? Movie come as a object, sir.
Yeah.
Outside.
Sir, remove dot
Okay.
sir.
Movies remove, sir.
Yeah.
Movies. You remove movies, sir. Direct write
Movie.
movie here. Movie dot. Yeah, movie dot. Yeah, title like that. We got all the titles, sir, I think.
Let's see. Let it compile. We got the data.
Yeah.
Yeah. So same thing we have to now display on the UI. Tell me. Whatever data we are printing in the console, this data I have to print on the UI. How I will pass? Do with JavaScript itself. Don't think regarding the Angular. Do with JavaScript itself.
Sir,
What is
document dot it.
okay? Document dot
Method.
movie title. Why it came like this? H1.
बहुत टॉर्चर करता है ना सर ये जब ऑटोमेटिक काम करता है.
अरे भाई ये अलग है. कभी ये दिमाग खराब कर देगा. Okay, so I have to target that, correct? So how I can target? Suppose this is your ID title. Now tell me. Already we know JavaScript, these all things. So please speak. Then only you will because you telling that you revising. So what you revising? Tell me fast. Already I given title equal to title means ID equal to title there. Next, you getting the data here, movie dot title. How I can pass there? Okay, don't speak. I will write.
Document dot get element by ID of title.
Get element by ID, and then we will pass title. Then dot. Then inner HTML or inner text equal to. What is the value? Movie dot title. Let's see whether we getting the data or not. I not having idea. Oh, we got error. See, if you will get error, you will not get anything on the UI. Okay, be careful. Open the
सर
console.
ईवाई
That's
पे
why.
दिखाता है सर.
Sometime you will
सर
not
आप
get
में नहीं
actually.
दिखा रहा है.
No, sometime you will not get on UI. Careful. You will get the issue here directly. So what we getting here cannot set properties of null setting inner HTML. Okay. Let's say remove inner HTML and pass here inner text. Let's see. Maybe somewhere data is null. That's why we getting. Again, we not got. Means any for which one?
Inner text value.
Inner text.
Remove that and pass value.
Okay. Here you telling to pass value. This type.
सर वो क्या कीजिए ना कॉनकेटिनेट करा दीजिए सर अर्थमेटिक और असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर यूज करके.
तो इनर
एक
HTML के
वेरिएबल
बाद ही
बना
होगा
के.
ना.
नहीं सर एक वेरिएबल बना के उस वेरिएबल को सर वो ईवाई पे सर वो इंटरपोल्यूशन करा के सर और इंटरपोल्यूशन में सर हम ये करा देंगे सर.
Okay, so that's I asking why we not going interpolation because we already understand the that one way binding.
सर नहीं बोल रहा है कोई तो.
Yeah, that is the point that already we know one way binding and two way binding because our data be getting data on our TypeScript page. Now I have to move the data from the TypeScript to HTML page. Correct. So why we are going this much document dot get element by ID and these all line. Remove this line and just make one variable here. What we can, okay, movie title equal to take that movie dot
title.
title and put semicolon. And we got one error here. Let's say put cursor and put yellow flower, and it will tell to that declare. So let it declare that whatever it's taking constant value. Fine, let it to be. It's not the issue. Now, how you will get this data on HTML? Copy this line of code. Go with interpolation. Okay. Suppose this is your movie title section. Go with interpolation and pass that variable name. Movie title. We will get data or not? What happened? We not get.
Because when it's lie inside the curly braces, now you pass outside of movie title, then we will use inside the
Correct,
loop.
correct. Wait 1 second. Remove this and pass here this dot. Now, when we will write this dot, it will give you the balloon to declare this. And see, after clicking this means a declaration portion, what happened?
Movie typing is
We got a automatic. It got a declare here. Got it? We had not written manually. But if you want to write, you can write that manually also. But be careful. We have to write this thing inside the class, not to be outside the class. See, close this one. Fine. We have to declare that variable outside. Now copy that. Now see, we will get the data. Got it? Where is that?
yeah.
This one.
Master.
Warcraft. Wait. Let me directive. Okay. Go with a span. And go with here also a span. Oh yeah, ये लग रहा है. Yes. Wood is not working proper. Go with span here also. Fine. Now tell me what is the demerit? Which value we got? Which value we got? Here console value. And we got
Warcraft.
only one data. Why? We got only one data, that is Warcraft. But we have to get the all data. Correct or not?
Yes,
We
sir.
have
Yes,
to
sir.
get all data. But we got only one data. So what we have to do? We have to concatenate. How we can concatenate? Sorry, not concatenate. That
Means
was assignment operator. 2 plus. Let's see. We got all data. We got all data.
sir,
Correct?
sir.
Uh,
After
and see
value
one thing.
undefined.
Due to this undefined itself, we was getting error that time. Clear? Because we got here one value as undefined. And due to this itself, it was giving you error when we was using document.getElement by ID null due to this itself. Okay. Here we got one value, then second value, whatever value we got all. But is this correct way? Why we will go this
Yes.
much? Means console.log, this, that. Okay, let it to be written something. Fine, no issue. If I have to break, what we will do? Or we
Sir,
will break
after movie title we pass here, sir, plus
HTML tag.
BR tag.
Is
Yes.
this correct? Let's see what happened. Oh,
Sir,
sorry.
inside
Concatenation. Yeah, here
plus
double quote
yeah.
will be. Okay. Let's see. Be getting means it going to break that each title or not. It broke, it not broken. Something mistake be done.
Why, sir? It's working like a BR. So it's like a string, sir. Because we interpolation is there, na. That's why.
Yeah.
Using data binding, that time it's not work. That time it's work. I think, sir.
Where are you telling?
Data
I
binding.
think this is not required.
Data, sir. Interpolation work as a
Okay.
string,
Let
sir.
me Yeah, string, that's fine. But here we were passing as a tag, HTML tag. So it have to. I think already we written one here, means one assignment, and here again we are passing the second assignment. Maybe due to that it's not taking. I don't know. I will check that later. But
So all
anyway,
pass inside the parenthesis.
parenthesis means where? Here you're telling.
All the thing inside the parenthesis.
Where is the parenthesis? Line number?
It's a line number 52, sir. You are a movie dot title pass inside the parenthesis, I think.
Oh, okay. You telling like that.
Yeah.
Let's verify that also. Not an issue. But I'm not thinking this will
Yeah.
work.
I am not thinking. I am also not thinking, sir, it's work because
Yeah.
here interpolation work treat as a string, so that's
But
why
let's
it's not
see
work.
whether it will work or not. I'm not thinking that 100%. It's taken same thing because it become the inside that curly braces. Let it to be. We will not go this much complicated. That's very simple. Let's see. So what we had done, we had taken that in the looping, and then we had gone to, means we gone to print the data by using ngFor. What we will do, we getting only the last data. Correct? Be getting sorry, due to that concatenation be getting all data, but if we not concatenating be not getting the all the data. Correct? What we will do, we will comment out this line and we will go with the ngFor, because for loop this already everybody know how we can print the data, we know that. But now we will go with the ngFor, and let's see how we can do that in the case of ngFor. Where is that? Let me comment this line. No need anyway. Remove. Now you will see that how much simple this one. What means, see, some modifications are required here. What we will write? In the place
Movies.
of data, what we will write? Array name should be there. What is the array name? Array name is movies. Copy this line. Paste here. Now tell me. This become your data. Let me remove and pass that singular form. Means now what happened? We got the data. Means it will loop. Let's save. Let's see whether we getting anything or it giving error. What happened? We got a hello. How many times we got hello?
5 times,
If
sir.
we got 5 times, but how we got 5 times? We had written only one
Because
time.
movies length of 5 now.
Okay,
That's
means
it.
which one? This movie or this
Movies
movie?
length.
Movie length
Movies
you
length,
telling.
sir.
Fine. Let's verify whether it's a 5 time or not. So there is one data. There become two data. This become third. This become fourth. And this become the fifth data. Means total 5 data. That's why we got this iterate 5 times. Clear? But in place of hello, I have to print movie name, movie title, whatever is there, movie title, director name, cast, release date, everything. Tell me how we can. Except Dharmender, anybody can speak now. Use the mind, whether correct, wrong, it's not the matter. Matter is hit and try. That's I want. And I will not give this much time for thinking purpose. Please just speak. Okay, let me ask one thing. Who have original data? Which variable?
Movies.
Movies. Who have original data? Movies, correct? Let's copy and paste that. What are you thinking? We will get the data. Means now we are writing just movies. What are you thinking? What you will get output?
Error will come. I think.
Okay, error. Fine. Any others? Anybody who
I
telling
think
that we
data
will
will
not
be
get error?
no.
Okay, data will be. What data will be?
Is movies there? API.
One second. Vivekanand, you telling movies means we will get movies data, whatever movies data is there,
Yes.
this all, or just something different?
No error, sir. That's this only. In line number 6 only will get.
Okay, means you telling movies text we will get.
Yes.
Okay. What about others? Others told error. Fine. When we had told that on HTML we will get error, had we told anything any time, because we are writing just HTML, no any nothing logic. Let's see. We will get just movies text. See that we got the movies text here. Correct. Because this was, let me remove this extra, because this is just plain text, normal, nothing is there. Got it? Now we have the data, means the array data with the movies name. How I will print, if I will write, if I want to print this complete data on our HTML, how I can print? One way binding, TypeScript to TypeScript to HTML. What we will do? Interpolation. Let's take that interpolation. What I will pass inside? Movies, because my array's name is movies. Correct? Let's save and let's see what we getting. We got some data. What is the data name? We got object. Had you seen this thing anywhere?
Yes, sir.
And where? No. When you had taken data from the local storage, if you had taken some data in the local storage, that time this data was coming. Is this or not?
Yes, sir.
If you was printing this data on UI, or even in the console also you was getting, I think. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now we got object. Now, what is the problem actually? Because we are printing this complete data which already having object, because this is one object. Correct or not? This becomes the another object. Let's do one thing. In place of movies, I will take another topic. I can cover just within 5 minutes, not more. That's enough. But later you will get more and more confusion. That's why I expanding that, elaborating that part. Otherwise, just NG for just within 2 minutes we can cover. NG if 2 minutes means within half an hour topic get over. A student detail equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. What are you thinking? I have to print this data on UI, on HTML. See, everybody know how to loop in the JavaScript page. Means on TS with the help of a for loop or of or for each, those all. Now we are working on the HTML. That how we can loop using the HTML. Means the data is somewhere on the database, but we are looping using that on HTML. So how we are looping, that we are learning. Okay, now tell me, I have to print this data on UI. How I can do? One way binding TypeScript to HTML page, because the data is available on the TypeScript page and I have to print on HTML. What I will do? See, for now starting I giving you hint that data is available on TypeScript. We have to move from HTML, means on from TypeScript to HTML. But later point of time, you have to explain this thing. You have to catch that point. Okay. So what you telling, Praful?
Interpolation.
Okay. Now tell me, how will you write interpolation?
Inside right there array name.
Array name. What is the array name?
Student.
A student detail.
Yes.
Let's save. What are you thinking? What we will get now? Object or the data?
Object.
Object. Who telling object?
No, sir, data we will get.
Okay. What data we will get?
That's one inside the array, sir.
It's now.
Okay. You telling you will get data. Okay, fine. Others? Please just speak fast. Use the mind. Whether correct or incorrect, that's not the issue. Others fast. I want answer from each one. That is the point.
Maybe data will come.
Don't tell maybe. Only one option.
Sir,
Whether
this one is
data
array.
or error.
This one is array, sir. Previous one we taken as object.
Lalan, 1 second. Lalan, 1 second. Yeah, Sweta, what are you telling?
Line number 9, it acts like a array. It's
Okay.
taking data, sir. In previous one we taken as object, one object like that, sir. That's why I'm not taking.
Okay. Means you telling previously we had taken the array and inside the array we have taken the object data.
Yes,
Correct? And that's why we was getting data as object on UI when we had done interpolation. Correct?
yes, sir.
Is this clear for others also? Now we had taken inside, there is no any object. Now we are taking just data. Let's see. We already had written interpolation. Let's see whether we getting the data or object. So what we got? We got the data. Fine. But what you thinking? This is your array data or it is a splitted one? Means a single data. This is complete array data.
Array data.
You're telling complete array data. Okay. Now I have to split that data. Now this data is coming 10, 20, 30, 40 in the form of array. I want to split that one by one. How we can do? Okay, 1 second. If I will write that thing in ngFor, what are you thinking? We will get that day. I mean, say we will get output or it will give error. What are you thinking?
Output, sir.
This will give output. Let's see.
Something showing error.
It will give error. Okay, fine. Let's see. What happened? We got output. How many times we got output? 4 times. Why we get 4 times?
Time.
What 4? Lalan, what you told? We got a 4 times.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah, tell.
Yeah, inside the array there is a 4 data now. That's comparing.
Don't tell 4 data. Tell that length of the array. That will be exactly 4. So length of the array is 4. So be getting 4 times what? Data. Why be getting 4 times? Because it going to iterate that loop. On each iteration, it printing the data. Now, let's go and print this data. Now, be getting hello there because hello is hard coded. Now, tell me, I want this data 10, 20, 30, 40 to print on that in place of hello. What I will do? What are you thinking? Who have the data?
Sir, passing their movie and passing inside square bracket, write their student detail.
Inside a square bracket, you telling to write a student detail.
No, sir, first write their movie and second write inside square bracket, write their student detail.
Okay, means first move. Okay, sorry. Means you telling outside first movies, correct?
Yes.
And inside that you telling a student detail. Correct, Praful?
Yes, sir.
What we have to pass inside this one actually? Something like a index, number index, or otherwise a string index, correct?
Yes, sir.
So is this a student detail containing number or any index like that type? That is containing complete data.
Yes, sir.
So this is not correct. Now, this is wrong actually. But anyway, we got a data. Who have that data on each iteration? On each
Movie.
iteration, who will get data? Movies will get data. Means you getting data on movie. Fine. Let's save and let's check whether we getting output or we getting error.
Getting movie like that. Yes.
Getting movie. Because again, it's like a hello itself. But what we want here, we have to print
Interpolation.
10, 20, 30, 40. And so that we have to do one-way binding. Interpolation. Let's save. We get the data. Got it?
Okay.
Now come to the conclusion. Now come to conclusion point. What we had done? We had taken one ngFor. Sorry. Okay. ngFor, and we had taken one data. Means this is your database type. In the database, you have the data. Whatever data is there, it's not the issue. You can keep any type of data, but the data is there. And after that, you're going to loop this data. How we are looping? With the help of ngFor. And this one, a student detail or whatever variable you are passing, that should be array. So this is my array student detail. After that, we are going with for, not go with in. We will go with for always. Let's see, you can try with in because in will work in the object case. So we are going to loop the array because this is your array outside. Clear? Then you are going to iterate, and after on each iteration, you passing the data to movie. Means first iteration, data came, means first iteration 10, data came, means 10 came to movie. Second iteration 20, 20 came to movie. So first iteration, see what happened actually. First is one loop. First loop, this loop got completed. 10 got printed. Next 20, 20 got printed. Next 30, 30 got printed. Next 40, 40 got printed. Like this type iteration is going on. Clear? This type it is working. Same thing we had seen in the HTML, say JavaScript side. What was the issue? What data we was getting there? On each iteration in the console we was getting proper. But on the UI, which data we was getting? All data, first data, last data. Which was that? We had seen that.
Last data, sir.
Last data. Why we was getting last data? Because it was what?
Override.
Overriding. Correct. Because it was overriding the previous data. But what we are doing here? Here we are not overriding the data. We are printing this complete HTML tag itself on each time. Correct. Because we are looping. We are looping not the one date, just one data. We are not looping this part. We are looping complete tag itself. Clear? So how many time you have to print the data, that you have to loop, and you not have to worry regarding this part. You have to just write the sentence. That's it. Everything will be possible now with the help of the data. Now suppose you have 100 data. Just you will loop this type itself. Your data will increase. Automatic this data will increase on UI also. You not have to do any changes. Now come to second point. This movies or even this student detail. What we got here? We got 10, 20, 30, 40. Whether this is this data, let me comment this line. Now tell me, see. Now this data and this data, tell me difference between both.
So first one is iterable, sir.
First one is iterable, fine. Second one?
Not iterable. How is that array data is coming? MS.
Yeah, means second data 10, 20, 30 in the one line, that is not iterable. That we got that original data. Correct? And first one 10, 20, 30, 40 vertical top to bottom, that is a print that got printed due to the iterating. Means once the loop got iterated, that time we got the data. Clear? Having any doubt? So we want the data on each iteration. So what we will do? We have to follow the ngFor because we want to loop the data and we want to print the data. Up to here, anyone having any issue? Tell me.
No, sir.
Others, all clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that's your turn. What you have to do? You have to print this data. Title, director, cast, and a release date on the UI. What you will do? I going to comment both line bit. Comment it and write here. Let it to be. I don't know. Just write the complete let sentence. Remove this also. Now tell me. how I will start writing. This become your data. For sample purpose, just I keeping. Now tell me how I will start. Who will tell? I start writing. This become your object. Already here I written that variable name. What I will start writing? ngFor here.
Yes, right there. Declare late. Of is
This one.
yes, sir.
Okay, Vivekanand, why we are writing this movie here?
Because we will take original data.
We will take original data. Original data in the sense array data, correct? So we have to pass their original data in the
Yes.
form of the array data. That's why we writing here movies. Okay. Shivani Kumari, why we written here movie? What it will do? Shivani Sinha, why we writing their movie? What it will do? Sweta,
Sir,
why we writing movie there? What it will do?
it will show,
Okay.
it will show the result for resulting purpose.
Okay, Lalan, what you telling? Tell.
Yeah, iterating purpose.
Okay, means it will iterate the array data, movies, and then it will, on each iteration, it will pass the data or to movie, and now we will print the data. Now tell me how we will print the data. Suppose I have to print movie title. How I will print?
Then interpolation.
Okay, inside interpolation, do one thing. Right here movie. What you thinking? What we will
Yes.
got?
Yes, sir. All data.
Yes, sir, data gets shown.
We will got data,
Yes, sir.
all data. And let's see, be getting data or not. What we got. Now the problem started. Now tell me. We got movie. Wait, let me check who all is available here now. Wait. Shivani is not there. Vivekanand, Lalan. Okay, fine. Got it. Amardeep. How we will print data? Means we got a movie. Fine. How we will get the title?
Sir, movie dot title.
Movie dot title. Why we passing here dot? Can anyone?
That is
How?
Movie,
method, sir.
the movie is a complete object.
The title.
Project with title.
One second. One second. Go one by one.
For
Who telling?
displaying the
Movie is main data. Means movie is the main data. This is object. Then we will pass that dot. Then title it will get.
Yeah, that's a fine. Correct. Movies is the array data, and on each iteration we got the object. So we got the data inside this one, and that become one object. And we already know for accessing the data inside object, we will use a dot notation, or even you can pass a square bracket also. So here we passed a dot title. Correct or not? Suppose on JavaScript, how we taken movies dot title. We have taken. Correct or not? Oh, fine. What we have taken? Movie dot title, because this movie is the array, and inside that a title keyword. Sorry, this movie is the object, and then we have that a title keyword. That's why we had moved like that. So same thing we are following here also. Fine. Next. So same thing we had done. Movie.title. What happened? We got the error. Where is that curly bracket? Oh, this one, I think. Okay. Line number 57. Okay, sorry. This also have to come. See, on the UI also sometime you will get the error. Okay. This is coming from the type of script. That time only you will get error here. On HTML side, you will not get error here. Let's save. Now it will come the data. Let's see. We got the data. All the title in one line. Fine. Now I have to display director name, cast, release date. These all three data. Tell me how we can do that.
Again,
Again,
interpolate.
first interpolation.
Okay, where line number?
After 5, 6.
After 5 you're telling. Fine. So interpolation. Next. Who have that all data on each iteration? I telling each iteration. I not
Movie.
telling without iteration. Take care the word.
Movie.
Fine. Let's take that movie. Dot. Which data we want? We want suppose director name. Okay. So this time I will not pass with a dot notation. I will pass with a square bracket notation. Because anyway, with this also we can access object data. Is this correct or not? Let's see whether we getting
Yes,
or
sir.
not. So what happened? We got a movie title name was this one, I think, and then we got the rich more. Let's verify the data. Yeah, here itself the data. Title name is this one, and then we got the director name. Fine. Then we have to get a cast. Now tell me how we can. No one
Same
telling.
thing, sir.
Same as
Yeah, then just tell me, that's it. Dot, and then we will pass the cast statement. Fine. Next, same thing. Okay, I will do the same here also. What is that next? Next is the release date.
Data.
Now format the code. Now remove this data and let's verify. Let's save. Let's see.
Sir, after
The 6.
Yeah, now
interpolation, we
see.
pass PR, sir.
Yeah, all thing you can do. Because that is HTML tag. We can pass. That's not an issue. Correct? Got it? Movie title is there. Hit break. But what we getting? We getting only one got a break. Next is also breaking. Yeah. Where that breaking? See. These all are the
Breaking, sir.
movie title name itself.
But, yes, sir.
Sir,
These
one
all
thing
are.
also can do this, sir.
Yeah.
Means inside the array and means access the inside the data in square bracket means there are director and no sir, it is only objects.
Praful,
Yes
this
sir.
is your data, correct?
Yes sir.
I know what you're telling. You're telling to add BR tag here itself, correct? For breaking purpose.
No
Or
sir. Accessing the data in array. So many data is inside the array and means first is array and next is array and inside array passing another array. So access the this data can use in square bracket like 0 inside like that. So.
no
But it
issue.
is a
See,
object. Sir.
that also we can do. Now
Yes.
we got the data. See, I know that
कितना
what he telling.
एडवांस पर फुल जा रहे हैं
He telling that there is only one object, correct? Now one more object which is available in this one, inside this one, like this type. Fine. And now
Yes sir.
some data is available there, like suppose name name and AK, like this type he telling. Now how you will take that data, and suppose that inside this AK, remove that, paste that data. Some data I taking like AK comma BK, like this. Means what is here? One structure of the object. This become the second layer of the object. This become the third layer of the array. And now you have to fetch the data of this one. That he telling. What we can do? First we had looped only one. Correct. We got the data of a movie or whatever we getting. Where is the second case? Second is the release date. Where is the release date? Release date is there. Here we will not print the release date. Again we will iterate one loop, because I want this second layer. Fine. So we will one more time we will iterate this data, iterate this loop. So here we will write that iteration loop. Again H1 like this. But here see what is the issue or whatever you can think. Who have that data, means original now array data or whatever. Who have which variable? Is that movies or movie? Now see, once you get this object and now release date have data, so now release date become the object. Correct or not? Release date become your object, new object you can tell. So is this time we not going to iterate on movies, we will iterate on movie dot release data. We will pass that here, and no need to pass the interpolation. Directly we can write. Are you getting some point here or not? Movie dot release data means now you reached here, release data, and after that you getting again one name and then AK BK. Let's see what you will get here. Remove this. Movie don't take
Object.
RELEAGE release date. Fine. Yeah. Give that release dates. Comment this line. Release date. But it have to be inside the interpolation. Let's see. Let's see what we getting. We got something or not. I think we not get anything. Release date, then object is there, name. Then we have to print this name. We had not printed anything actually. We printed a release dates, and that become the object type.
सर इसको सब
Then,
कमेंट आउट कीजिए ना सर, ऊपर वाला
yeah,
कंफ्यूज कर रहा है.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मैं एक हिंट दे रहा हूँ, आप लोग इसको ट्राई करके खुद देखिएगा, समझ में आएगा. So this become known as the nested loop. Okay, because this become your main loop. Inside that, this become the another loop. What you have to take care that who will provide you next level the data, because I want the release data. Who got the release data? So release data will come with this variable, correct? Movie dot release data. Because when we printing movie dot release data, then we was getting the data. Now this become your data next array, like that type. This have to be array actually here. Make that array. Now let's see. We got here object. It coming from this itself, release data. And now inside the release data, suppose name keyword is there. Means the array name is name. So let's print that. Let's see. We got the data. AK comma BK. Got it? What we had done. And suppose you got means you want separate. AK comma BK dot name and dot name. Suppose here be reached. Be taken this name. And what is these all data? These all data become your array. Now you have to loop this data again for getting separate. This is your array data. I want the splitted data. What we will do? Can anyone got idea? Now who have this original data? This release data become that database, or you can tell this release data. This become your new array for this one. Means now we will loop one more time. We will remove this data completely because I want to print AK, BK, whatever data is there, that one. So this release data become your new. Copy this complete line, add one ngFor again here. And who is your main data? Here, who will be your array? So this will be your array. Is this correct or not? Release data dot what? Name. Correct. Are you getting or not? Release data dot name. And now release pass here name. Now tell me. Just we will take this interpolation. And let's see. Be getting the output or not. Because array is there. See that automatic you seen that this style data coming on the top to bottom. Previously it was coming horizontal because that was array, but now this is your splitted data. That's why each looping time it coming. Got it? What we done? Had you understand or anyone or not? Tell me what we done here. So what we done here? We are going one by one because who is your original data? Original data movies have. That's why on the first loop, we had taken the data from the movies. Fine. After that, we got the data in this one on each loop. On each loop means we got release date. On one loop, somewhere we got release date. So release date will come movies dot release date. Is this correct or not? We will print release date with the help of movies dot release date. So what I done here? We had taken and that become your new means array data movie dot release date because I have to print this internal data. That's why. So what I taken movie dot release data. Now if suppose that if you will get movie dot release date, then you will get this complete data there. Correct? And again this become your array. Again I have to loop. What I done? And this movie dot release date, this had a postponed, this had given your data to this variable. Means when the loop will come, you will get this one complete data. So we got release dates now. But what is the requirement? Our requirement to get AK and BK, this value. So what we done here? Again we taken one more loop because one loop was pending. We reached up to here itself. Got it? That's why we taken that one. Then again in the new data means new loop. What is that value? Release dates and dot name. We had done here release dates dot name because we got release date here on each iteration. Sorry, yeah, on each iteration data came in the release date. What data came on release date? We got this complete data, which is sorry inside that we got this data that is with a name array. So that's why we had got here with the help of a release date dot name array. And on that iteration, we had passed the data with a release name. And then we had interpolation. Because how many loopings are required? This become your main loop. After that, this become your first loop, already be getting the data. This become your second loop. Then this become your third loop. Means what you can do when we have to print like this, We can go internally. We can think one by one. You will get the idea. Had you got something or not? That when data will be inside, how we can manipulate and how we will get that. Anyone had got or zero? Praful,
Got it, sir.
others? Because see one thing, if you got this data structure, that how we can receive the data from this one. If you will get this point, this complete line means you can handle most complicated task, because this is came under most complicated task, because your data is not outside that in single loop you will get. The data is available on this one. For getting that, we have to run 3 or 4 times the looping. That is the point. Vivekanand, had you got? Shivani, Dharminder, Amardeep, Lalan, Shweta, had you got how we had done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
this was actually too much, you can tell, too much complicated, means toughest part. After this, if you understand this one, you will never get stuck. What type of data structure you getting? You will not never get any issue. We will do some scenario on this type also, but this was the means we can tell very useful scenario. Okay, let me comment this line, because now I will print the movie, but I will keep this code. Okay, so here what we done here, let me remove this line. Okay, so ngFor we had done let movie of movies. Okay, so now we got a movie dot title, we got movie dot movie director, then we got something cast statement, then movie got movie dot release. We not get data save. See, take care while saving. If you will not save, you will not get data. Take care this thing. Okay, so we got the data means title here. We got the means whatever detail, release date, everything's there. And one thing we had added the br tag. That's why it broken in. It's breaking into new line. And we can access the data, object data in 2 ways. One with the help of a dot notation, and one with the help of the square bracket. Fine. So that's why in one case I had access with the help of dot notation, and in the other we had seen with the help of the square bracket. Don't think that director will always access inside the square bracket, and cast will be with dot or the release date. I had shown that that's another way. That's why I had taken that one. Anyone having issue up to here? Tell me. No problem. Okay. So what we have to do? What we have to do? We have to create one table. Okay. We have to create one table, and we have to print this data inside the table as like a header, column, everything. I will show the sample data. Now we are getting this data. Top 5 movie, whatever it means, this design. Okay. I want this dot notation also. Means dot or 1, 2, whatever. How I can pass? Any idea? Means a bullet symbol.
UI underline. Okay.
What? UL. Where I will take UL?
Under H1, sir. After H1.
Okay.
No, or before H1 you can take. Before H1.
Before H1. Okay, fine. UL. Correct.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we
Yes.
will take LI.
Line.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Now
So inside LI you can keep keep
ngFor.
one by. So this all after if you keep this into LI, then all will come under only one bullet sign. That is
Correct.
the.
Let's put that. Let's see. Now we will get only one bullet sign, because all came under that. See that. We got only one bullet sign here. Correct. But what we want? We want a bullet sign for each one. Means this is incorrect. Go back. Fine. Means if we will keep this UL inside, then maybe you will get the chance something.
Yes,
Correct
sir.
or not? So do one thing. Just cut this one and pass the UL here. And LI and paste all the data. Let's see what you thinking we will get or not. We got. Fine. So we got the bullet sign with each movie. How do you understand what we done? Suppose that you have to display the same UI, means the same thing on your by using HTML, CSS. How many line of code you have to write? Just increase this movie. I showing you something. How many movies are there now? Let's say count.
movies.
Let's see how many movie we got here.
ईयरफोन लगाया नहीं क्या?
There are too much data. Fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I not want. Who is this? There are too much data now. But I not. Where is my cursor? Okay. So now we got the bullet sign. Now tell me, if you have to write this thing using HTML and CSS, how many line of code have to write? Approx the number of movies, that much we have to write the code or not? Means same thing you can tell that who had make a table in the assignment side. Who had make the task which we are doing that website? How many component you done in that page?
4, sir.
4. Okay. Just we continue on that also. Don't spend more time over that. Just give 1 hour. That's it. 1 or half an hour is enough. Now see.
1 घंटा और
Yeah.
तो 12 बज जाएगा फिर.
कोई पवन 12 नहीं बजेगा. अभी हम 1 घंटा और नहीं पढ़ेंगे.
धर्मेंद्र सो रहा है सर.
फिर हम खाना कब खाएंगे? जब पढ़ेंगे अभी और तो धर्मेंद्र को हम महेंद्र बना देंगे. अरे यार कॉपी क्यों हो जा रहा है? Now see, suppose we have to print the data. Oh, Dharmender, mute. Suppose we have to print the data. Suppose this much time. What we have to do? We have to copy and paste that much time. Correct? Let's say we will get the data. Fine. We will get the data that much time. But suppose this was the case of the HTML and CSS. But in the Angular, what we are doing? We are not writing this line means this much time. We are writing just one ngFor. Line of code, just 5 line or 6 line of code, just ngFor, and whatever data you have to print, just you have to write that thing. And how many time you want that data to be print, that much data side that inside the database you have to increase. This is coming from the database. For right now we are hard coding. Just after 1 or 2 days itself we will take the data from the JSON placeholder from the server side. That will be not means that will be from the real side. Okay, so suppose whatever data you will place here, that much data we will get. But I not want to be li, I want to be ordered by 1 2. What I have to do? Instead of li, suppose ul, we have to pass ol.
Oh,
Correct? So remove that ol, remove that ul, and let's verify with this one. But what happened? We got 1 1. What it have to come?
1 2 like that. We can
It
pass
have to give 1 2 3 4 like that. But we get OL here. What is the issue and how we can get?
separate like that.
Separate LI means for which one? For this data.
Yes, sir.
Then what we will get?
1 2 3 like that.
Really? Let's
Yes, sir.
see. I not thinking. Think that logic what we had written the code. You will get the idea. You telling to write this also inside the LI. That's fine. We will get something there. Let's save. What we got? We got something. But what we got? We got one as this one, second as this one, third as this one, and fourth as the release date. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 means each data become 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because who will tell? Why we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 each time?
We pass only 4 LI. That's why.
Once again, why we got last? We getting last this issue. Okay.
It's not inside the.
Yeah. That's why we getting there. It have to come in front of that one. Now it's fine. Yeah. So what you told? Why we got like this?
We pass only 4 LI. It's like order list 1 to 4. That's why
Yeah.
it is.
So we had passed only 4 times. But how many time we are looping that data? Means we are looping the data and we are printing. So one time we printed. So these all are internal work. But this loop, how he will know that you had increased the loop? This was first, next will be second, next will be third, like that. It not getting any chance. Correct. It not getting any point like that this become increased. So you have to think this scenario that how you will do. So second thing. So up to here, anyone having any issue? First tell me. Anyone having any doubt that how we had written this LI, UL, whatever?
No, sir.
No doubt? Okay. So what you have to do? You have to print this data in tabular form. Means you have to design one table. I showing you the sample. This one. You have to print the data in this form. Got it? This type you have to display the data in the table. How you will do? You have to think. I will not share the code. Means I will not share that document now. I will share you just this code. I will already push the code, so you will get the data. Whatever we had done today, you will get this. Just let me remove this much data. No need. How many time I had copy pasted? It's very easy work to copy paste. Nothing I have to do.
काश पैसा भी कॉपी पेस्ट होता सर।
हाँ होता है। एग्जाम सेंटर में वही होता है, कॉपी पेस्ट पैसा ही होता है। Okay, so what we have to do, we have to print the data in the tabular form. I will push the code on the git. You can take that repository, means you can take that git pull. Fine. Anyone having any issue? Tell me, and let me stop the recording.